Christoffer, we are here at DTU Startup Day. And first, I want to hear from you. What is it that the big tech leaders can learn from you?
There's a lot of things the big tech leader can learn from us. I think it's very tempting to be blindsided by the ideas that if we just keep on pouring money and data into LLMs, then it will be able to solve greater and greater problems. It has worked nice for the last 5 years, but right now we're seeing diminishing returns. And why are we seeing diminishing returns? Well, it's because we aren't able to orchestrate and govern our AI. So we need to be able to have a layer that can take many different agents and orchestrate them efficiently to save money, but also govern them so they keep adhering to policies.
Yeah. And how can we also build meaningful solutions? What does it take?
Well, it takes a lot from Danish politicians. So we're seeing in the US that every company that has AI in its name gets VC capital for millions and millions of dollars. They're betting so much on AI. It's a huge gold rush. And if we want to succeed and not get left behind, then we need to invest in this now. We can't afford to talk about regulation and AI. We need to act first and then think a bit later.
Yeah. And lastly, before we get your pitch, what worries you the most?
What worries me is that we are going into a future right now where agents just get free reins. So there's nothing guardrailing the agents. And we saw one very concrete example of this just a couple of weeks ago, where agent had their own social network. So they were able to communicate, talk together. And it sounds nice. It started out very nice. But then there comes a prompt injection or a bad agent, and it affects all the other agents. And none of them is there to govern it. So it's started planning world domination and made its own language so humans couldn't follow through. I think an older example is the Skynet from Terminator, the movie where it's just one evil AI that oversees the entire world and you get all these Terminators walking the earth. So it's a science fiction example, but I think it captures quite well what we need to plan ahead for.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, pitch your startup, please.
Yeah, I'd love to. So I think the question is, can we trust AI? Perhaps. But perhaps is a strange word to bet your company on. I think perhaps is fine for the weather. Will it rain tomorrow? But perhaps isn't something you want when there's something making decisions in your business. There you want to be certain. And the world has already chosen whether they can trust it. At least they're betting trillions of dollars on it. $2.5 trillion is going into AI this year alone. 5 times Denmark's GDP. It's a huge gold rush. But facts are that almost none of them provide any return. And why is this? Well, it isn't because the models aren't working. So they work in demos, but when it comes to production, it just quietly fades away. And this is because you have each agent. Each agent is very clever on its own. It works alone, it doesn't talk to the other, and there's no way to ensure that they all follow the same policy. You can imagine it kind of like an orchestra where each musician is a virtuoso, but there's no conductor. So this is what companies are building right now. They're building the orchestra, but there's nobody on the podium. So this is where ColleaiQ comes into play. We're standing on the podium and orchestrating and governing and running all of these agents as one. And this isn't combined to one thing. I mean, a conductor can play thousands of different music pieces. So we are right now in cybersecurity, in logistics, and in manufacturing. And it's just to show that the same kernel can run very different things. So we're building the layer that ensures that you can trust your AI.
Fantastic, super relevant, and thank you so much for sharing.
Nice talking to you. Thank you so much.